DJT, and he wants to threaten the Federal Reserve. What he's doing as well is causing long-term systematic harm to our economy. As the recent New York Times op-ed said, the brand of America has been destroyed at this point. I mean, you want to take a look at, even what Ken Griffin from Citadel had to say. I mean, again, Ken Griffin is not like a lefty guy, private equity guy, I think a Trump supporter. Unfortunately, the trade war, which has delved into a nonsensical place, means we're spending time thinking about supply chains. And it has delved into a nonsensical place with tariffs against penguins, with daily manipulations of the market at this point, where they're, is there going to be a conversation with China? Is there not going to be a conversation with China? Like, y'all destroyed the reputation and brand of the United States. Even if you were to go and do deals right now, and by the way, as of this recording, we've done 0 deals in 90 days, not 90 deals in 90 days, 0 deals in 90 days. But already you've destroyed the trust, the full faith in the United States. People don't view it as a safe place to put their money anymore. I mean, you take a look at what Japan is saying today. Japan, United States ally, this should be the easiest of deals to make. A deal with Japan. Japan says that their massive treasury stockpile, the treasuries that they own, are among their tools for U.S. trade talks that they can use against the U.S. for leverage in their negotiations. As Carl Quintanilla from CNBC says, when your trade talk strategy is going super well, he's being sarcastic, of course, there, that usually when your adversary is talking about their leverages that they can dump your bonds and cause the 10-year yields and 20-year yields to soar. That's not a good thing. That's not showing progress is being made. One of the things that we also know is that what the Japanese negotiators are saying is that the U.S. posture is making it very, very difficult to negotiate with them. But what's Donald Trump focused on? I don't want to lose sight of some of this stuff because it is always dangerous, disturbing, and weird. Donald Trump right here lying that he's going to give Doge rebate checks to his followers. They fall for this scam all of the time, right? I'm going to give you $5,000 in a Doge rebate. A Doge rebate? You claimed you were going to save $2 trillion from Doge. Now you're saying $150 billion from Doge. When you actually look at what Doge did, it added about $250 billion to the deficit short term. Long term, with the lack of tax revenue that's going to be collected, I think it will cost trillions of dollars based on its hostile takeover of the federal government and its destruction of our federal government. But Donald Trump's out there lying about Doge dividend checks and telling his supporters, I'm going to give you $5,000. But you must fill out this poll and you must donate to Donald Trump. Then Donald Trump's out there selling a Gulf of America hat. This is the Gulf of America hat that they are selling, grifting off of his supporters. Then it goes, a memo from Trump. Do you think you can finish this in under 5 minutes? My team bet you couldn't, but I said, no way. You would never let me down. I've been thinking about you all week. I mean, what weird, creepy things to be saying to people on your email listserv right there. This is how Bloomberg described the economy today. Waiting 3 days to see whether he U-turns before making trades, rushing bond sales through before he wakes up and starts posting, shifting lending to tariff-proof tin food producers or cell phone providers. These are all the ways the battle-scarred credit investors and bond arrangers are desperately trying to navigate the constant barrage of policy bombshells from Donald Trump's social media account. More than a dozen lenders and debt bankers spoke to Bloomberg, most of who asked to be anonymous, said they'd been forced into a series of defensive moves after many were burned by initial efforts to treat Trump's pronouncements with full seriousness. That's where they're at right now. And as Governor Walz of Minnesota said, you should not have to wake up and worry. Is Donald Trump going to post something that's going to cause the markets to plunge? But this is all part of Donald Trump and the MAGA market manipulation. Goes up, some of the insiders win. It goes down, Main Street loses. Insiders win, Main Street loses. And it's always promises broken. As Carl Quintanilla said, here's a story in 3 acts right here. Donald Trump at a CNN town hall campaigning. He'll settle the Ukraine war in 24 hours. Donald Trump then calls his promise to end Russia-Ukraine war on day 1 an exaggeration. Time magazine. Donald Trump says it was a joke and it's fake news to take him seriously. He was joking that he would get it done in 24 hours. And now J.D. Vance is saying Russia's war in Ukraine is not going to end anytime soon at all. Folks, one of the things I've been focusing on here, and you know I have, is freight volumes. I've been focusing on trucking volumes because if you go and look at the ports, you see the ships are not entering the ports the way they should. This is from Freight Waves right here. Shipping ports are empty across the United States. Nothing is coming in. Businesses have canceled the remainder of their 2025 orders. Here's a port in Boston. I've showed you before the ports in Seattle. I've showed you before the ports in Long Beach, California. Here are the ports right here in Boston. Let's play this clip.
Not just the West Coast ports, it's the East Coast ports too. This one's in Boston. This is well under half the normal volume that you normally see at this port as far as containers go. It's gonna hit us soon. Everybody gotta get ready. This is gonna get bad.
One of the other things too that's not coming in, tourism. Tourism arrivals are falling sharply, especially from China and Japan in reaction to tariffs, and that is already affecting tourism jobs, which in turn affect leisure and hospitality, one of the most significant engines of job growth since 2020. We've been talking about Canadian tourism dropping, Europe tourism dropping. Now we're seeing a lot of Japanese and Chinese tourism dropping. Also, you hear these stories about them being detained by customs, by border officials, strip searched, cavity searched, asked about how much money's in their bank account. Here's how the media is reporting on this, though, and I think this is why it's so important that we have independent news right now. The way Axios is describing what Donald Trump did for the first 100 days, inside Trump's 100 days of presidential profit. Now, as my friend Andrew Bates says, are you talking about the Trump crime family? Could we talk about 100 days of profit? Yeah, it's not normal, okay, or even lawful that we should just be accepting Donald Trump doing another deal with Qatar, building resorts there, using his presidential influence, Don Jr. launching an executive branch club, which may be selling, which is giving access to the executive branch for $500,000. This isn't normal stuff. Abu Dhabi using Trump crypto as one of their main forms of kind of currency to make acquisitions. None of this is okay. And we got to call it out here on the Midas Touch Network. Clearly call it out. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.midastouch.com. All 100% USA Union made.